program. What specifically?
Well, they can't have a nuclear weapon.
Did you mean military action, though, if they don't agree?
Oh, if necessary? Absolutely. Yeah, we have a little time, but we don't have much time.
Who is starting the
because we're not going to let them have a nuclear weapon.
Well, President Trump with an adamant demand for the Iranian regime, abandon your nuclear ambitions or else. Will the Ayatollah heed his warning or pay a catastrophic price? For more on this, we are now joined by the former Prime Minister of Israel, my dear friend there, Ehud Olmert. Mr. Prime Minister, thank you so much for joining us on such an important day. We always love seeing you. What are your thoughts about the fact that talks did go on today? They have concluded in Oman just a little bit ago, and they are agreeing to hold additional talks next week. Is that an optimistic sign in your mind?
That's a very positive sign. At this early stage of negotiations, if you will recall, about a week ago, the Iranians said that there are not going to be any direct contacts. This will be moderated by the Omani leadership. And it wasn't certain whether there will be a meeting and what type of meeting it will be. And now the Iranians made a statement that it was a very positive and encouraging meeting. So if this is their original response, I think that it started off in the right direction, but of course, it's too early to offer any judgment about the possible outcome of it. Let's wait patiently and see. And the less rhetoric accompanying this process, I think it will be useful.
Yes, of course. And the fact that they're at least starting, they're agreeing to do it again, that is a good sign. What are your thoughts, too, also? On the other hand, many people believe this is a pivotal moment. Obviously, given what happened on October 7th, given the fact that the Houthis seem to be weakening, Iran seems to be weakening within. Is this a pivotal moment, as many believe also that Iran is very close to a nuclear weapon? How important do you believe this time is to really put pressure on Iran?
It's certainly a good time, and I entirely compliment the president insistent on having these negotiations at this time now. Iran has been weakened dramatically because of the destruction of Hezbollah in the north, collapse of the Syrian regime, the weakening of the Houthis, and also the destruction of Hamas in Gaza. So in this context, it is a good time, and also the very determined and forthcoming approach of President Trump. So this is the right time. However, I caution everyone that there will not be any immediate outcome. It's not something that can be worked out within a few days. It will take its time. It requires a certain patience in negotiating with the Iranians. They are great experts in dragging time. They are very sophisticated manipulators. They know how to negotiate. They have very good experience in it. So we have to assume that it will last a little bit longer. But if the president will carry on this approach, I think that there is a likelihood that it can succeed.
Well, that would be terrific.
In holding the Iranians off from any further development in their nuclear program. Of course, this is the objective.
Yes, absolutely. And boy, would that be wonderful for the world if indeed the president could thwart off Iran and bring peace in that area. You know, Mr. Prime Minister, President Trump has also brought in, as we've seen, the fleet. We have B-2 bombers in the region. We have ships moving in. So there's also a message, too, of military might. And he didn't rule out military action to curtail Iran's nuclear ambitions. What are your thoughts in terms of, is there a condition where you believe there needs to be a preemptive strike? And there's also been reports, Mr. Prime Minister, that should that process be necessary, that Israel would lead the way on that. Do you see a circumstance for that? And also, do you certainly agree, as I think everybody does, that Iran cannot get nuclear weapons?
Number one, I take the last sentence you said. Definitely, Iran should not have any nuclear capacity, and this has to be prevented. This was the policy of President Obama. This was the policy of President Trump when he first term. This was the policy of President Biden, and it's now the policy of Trump, and he's very determined and outspoken about it. So this is the objective. It has to be prevented. Now, I'm not very enthusiastic about the rhetoric about an Israeli attack or Israel's leading the military attack. If there will be a military attack, if the president will decide that all the other options were exhausted and there is no way out of a direct, upfront military offensive by the United States, and America will have to do it. America has the capacity, America has the weapons, America has the bombs, the bunker busters, and the planes that can carry the bunker busters. And therefore, America, of course, Israel will be happy to be a part, but I have to say a marginal part in this military operation. It will have to be led by America, by President Trump. He has the capacity, he has the power, he has the means, and if he will decide, he also has the leadership.
Yeah, very important message. And before I let you go, Mr. Prime Minister, of course, we're entering Passover. Your thoughts, my thoughts are always with the hostages that are there in Gaza. And we heard from President Trump this week that 24 out of the 59 are alive. Your thoughts this Passover, how important the message is more than ever.
Absolutely. I just came from a meeting with all the families in the square in Tel Aviv, where we raised a glass of wine celebrating Pesach for the Jewish people, and the essence of our holiday is freedom. In the ancient time and since then. And so in the traditional part of the festivities in Pesach, we say that every generation of Jews has to remember that getting freedom is the essence of our lives. It was true then, and it is certainly true tonight when we are praying that the hostages will be released immediately. President Trump is doing a lot, and we respect a lot. We respect him a lot for his efforts. We pray that the Israeli Prime Minister will come along, which is doubtful now. I hope that he will make the necessary steps to bring back, to reach an agreement brokered by America with Hamas to end the war in Gaza and bring back all the hostages. We are praying for this tonight more than any other night because of the very significance of this evening for us as Jews.
Yeah, absolutely. The whole world is praying for that. Former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Olmert, I know you have such a busy day today. Thank you for being with us. I love you and appreciate you, and our prayers are with everybody there.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.